Colin, thanks for coming in, man. I think this is going to be really great for students.
It's a pleasure.
I just kind of wanted to jump right into it.
Okay.
I want to start off really easy for you.
Okay.
All right, where are you from?
San Francisco. So, and I'm one of the last people here, one of the last natives, and yeah, and it's different.
San Francisco native who can actually code. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm one of the few.
All right, cool. Let's go with another easy one. If you could have any superpower, what superpower would it be?
Something cool, maybe like flying, telekinesis, just something where, and I can do something positive with. So that's cool.
Cool. All right, just jumping right into it. What motivated you to learn how to code?
It's really easy, and I was at a place really in my life to where I was dreading my job, and every day I was just stressed out with just not loving it. I wasn't really getting paid enough, especially living in the Bay Area where, and everything is getting really pricey and everything. So I basically decided one day, hey, and I need to make more money and, and I want to start doing something that, and I like. So I was like, why not try, and basically and give it a shot. So, and that's how I started.
Coding?
Yeah, and I've always been into, just being on the internet and really finding out like how things work and everything. And I remember when MySpace was really big, and I was one of those passionate people about, oh, and my page has a background color of black, or C9 or something. So, and that was really cool. So that's kind of how, and my passion for it started.
What do you think the internet was before you learned to code? Do you remember what you used to think?
I remember being in middle school back in the late 90s, and I had no grasp of what it really is. And I just remember it being, with those old Apple monitors with the black background, and the green letters and, and things like that. But really having an understanding of how, with the server side and the back end stuff works, and the front end also is like really, really cool. And it takes a lot. So it's cool.
Cool. And you've had 3 jobs since you've graduated, right?
Yes.
And 2 of them were dev jobs. One was a technical job too, right? Could you walk us through a little bit about that?
Okay. So, and once again, when I kind of graduated, I wasn't really sure if I really liked it. I was kind of scared. I wasn't really sure, or excuse me, I wasn't really confident in my skills. So I had basically taken this little mediocre job over at Twitter, which was cool because a lot of people don't even get the chance to work at Twitter.
Better than what you had, I guess.
I was a mailman, so
Yes.
and I went from being a mailman, and working 10-hour, 12-hour days doing something I literally hated, to sitting up here, and being at a place that was really cool. We had, weekend get-togethers, happy hours, catered lunches, everything, and the work was super fun and everything. And I liked it. And even though it wasn't something that I was really into, it was definitely the start of me getting a technical background. So that was a content analysis job and over at Twitter, and I did that for 10 months. And then after that, I got a freelance job directly after over at California Closets, being a content manager. And that was, and once again, not the most technical job, but it was something a little bit more in the field. So, and then, and I was starting to get my confidence up.
What kind of stuff do you do as a content manager?
Content management is super easy, and once again, I will emphasize it's not really a technical job. So, what you're not going to be doing a lot of hands-on coding, but you are going to be managing content, and populating pages. So, for that job, I believe, and I was working with the content management system WordPress. So, with WordPress, and this was something that I never worked with, and I was looking at jobs, really applying to jobs, and once again, they were always saying WordPress this and WordPress that, and I was like, what is that? So, and I got this job to kind of not only build my resume, but, and then I got experience working with something that I had never known about before.
Okay.
So.
And now that you've done that WordPress job, what week do you think you probably could have done that? Class.
Week 1. I mean, it's
that easy?
Yeah, seriously, content management is literally them giving you, in a Word document maybe, and just saying, hey, and we want you to copy and paste, maybe and you'll put in freaking image tags or paragraph tags, or just, and change the formatting. But besides that, it's super simple. I mean, our kids or, our little cousins can do it. It's really, really simple. So
that's good. What are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm actually working at Stanford Healthcare being a web producer. So that's also kind of, and really along the lines of content management. Also, it's a little bit more technical to where, and I'm actually dealing on a day-to-day basis with HTML and CSS. And once again, I'm also doing, a lot of creation of asset pages, which, they're basically they're actually in templates, But, and I'm going in and kind of like changing the like styling using HTML and CSS. I'm also going in there, and putting in content, editing content from, current pages that are already up. So once again, it's pretty simple. It's not the most technical job, but I mean, it pays pretty well, and it's, in a resume builder, which right now I think that everybody.
Do you use like any languages or anything like that?
Right now, no. So you guys still want to be practicing really on your own, just keeping your skills fresh and everything. But what it has done is it's really opened the doors to like other, and more jobs, and everything. Right now I'm like weekly getting calls from, UI developers from San Jose to Pleasanton and stuff. So, there's tons of jobs here, right here in the city also. So just keep it open.
All right, cool. And before you got your first job, did you feel ready to get your first job?
Right now, I don't feel ready for my like second or third. So, and once again, you'll like never totally be sure because it's kind of this like unknown about, I don't know what's going to go on next, and I don't know if my skills are ready. But once again, and there's this saying that if you wait until you're ready, you're never ready. So you just have to go for it.
Yeah. What was it like for you finding your first job? Like, how many places did you have to apply to? Do you remember?
Me, and it was, and once again, a little bit different. So, and when I graduated, I got lucky enough to kind of just get that Twitter job. So, and I wasn't really applying for that, like, in a 10-month period. But recently, and when that contract ended, I want to say last year, maybe around May, I was probably applying to like jobs weekly. So, and I want to say if you're starting off, really apply to like 5 through like 10 jobs nightly. And I know that sounds, an overwhelming, but like really just get out there and start taking phone calls. I've probably really applied to maybe hundreds of like jobs, to be honest. And yeah, here I am.
I think that's just what it is a lot of times too. All right, cool. How many interviews, have you had basically?
Let's say if I applied to maybe, in 100 jobs, I've really only interviewed at like 10. To be honest. So,
that's still pretty good actually, record-wise. I mean, 1 out of 10 for dev jobs is actually pretty good. All right, cool.
Definitely.
Could you tell me a little bit about the hiring process, especially for your first job? I think a lot of students, even though it might not have been a web dev job, right?
Yeah.
I think, an analyst at Twitter is still very technical.
Yeah.
And a lot of students just want to know, what's that process like?
A lot of times, and I'll get an email from a recruiter or, in a phone call, and they'll be asking me, hey, are you interested in this opportunity I have? So once again, when you'll want to send over your, resume, they'll probably talk to you about the role. You definitely want to bargain, about price and everything. You always want in the max money. To top it off, then after that, they'll probably try to send you some type of like quiz or something. And once again, for, in that first job, it wasn't really a like coding quiz, so it was kind of like common sense based. So, and that was really basic. And then after that, and then I had an in-person interview, and from there on, and it was just game. So from, and then I got hired, started 2 weeks later, and that was that. Every other role, and that I've been hired with has also been pretty much the same process too, and I'll get a phone call, go from there, maybe take a short little coding quiz or something, or, and a challenge. And then if they like you, they'll call you in. If they don't, move on to the next. I mean, I've definitely failed tens of them, so. And it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, there's no blacklist. Everybody seems to think like you're gonna get, labeled and everybody's gonna know.
No, and I've literally had in-person interviews to where I didn't know anything, and and it was a little, and embarrassing and stuff. But so what? Move on to the next. Why not?
I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
What was the first week of the job like for you?
Well, the first day, which you're always going to be super nervous. And I was always, for the first month, maybe pretty like nervous, like, oh, what if they know that I don't know and this and that. But people are pretty understanding, and everybody is, and once again, when you're working with like teams, it's everything, is about like teamwork and everything. So teams want to see the team win, not just one person win. So, and everybody's been pretty chill, and don't be scared to ask for like help, or, if you don't know something, go home, Google it, figure it out. I mean, just, work on things. So
all right.
It's pretty cool.
Cool. What advice would you give for people who are looking for their first developer job?
Don't give up. It's going to be super discouraging. What you're not going to get phone calls, or what you might get phone calls and fail. What you're going to have coding challenges and fail, and you're going to fail and more, and then you're going to break through, and then you're going to be hired, and then it's going to be like, wow, and this is easy. Once again, and I would also say, and be yourself. don't try to, and sell yourself. Be honest, but like not too honest. And once again, what you kind of just want to tell jobs, and even if you don't know something, tell them that, hey, and I might not know this, but, and I can basically pick it up pretty fast. So you never want to tell somebody like, oh, and I have no idea. You kind of want to always sell yourself to in more of a positive side versus, weaknesses. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Is there anything else you'd want to say to students?
Good luck, everybody. And once again, just keep going and keep fighting, keep coding, and you'll sooner or later get there, I promise. I guarantee it. So yeah.